Hello there. Whereas it's nice to own these old, broken, high mileage cars, it would be useful to have something that actually, works. On this basis, I've been looking through Auto Trader for a Mk3 Škoda Octavia. Here are some of the contenders, and in this video, hopefully you're going to help me choose one. Welcome to CarSpyTV. Okay, the Octavia Mk3 launched in 2013, had a facelift in 2017 and was replaced in 2020, so there's plenty of choice out there. What we'll do today is have a look at a decent example from the bottom of the market, the middle of the market and the top. Got it running. Let's start at the bottom end of the market, where we find a car that's still decent, but it is nonetheless at the older, higher mileage and cheaper end of what's available. There it is. Now this car is a 1.4 litre petrol manual with the Elegance trim. Looks quite smart, as does the interior. There it is. All right, see that? Now this particular car is a 2014. It's done 102,000 miles, and look, it's got a full service history, main dealer no less, so this car has clearly been looked after. How much do you think it costs though? £2,000? £3,000? £4,000? No. £5,000. £5,000 may be fair market value, but it's still a lot of money to find, and bearing in mind that car's age and mileage, would we be better off putting the money towards something with less wear and tear, such as this one? So this car represents the middle of the market and is a facelifted Mk3, whereas the bottom of the market car is a pre-facelift. Now this one here has a later, more powerful, more fuel-efficient engine and an updated interior. See that? And this particular example is a 2018. So 4 years newer than that one, and it's only done 64,000 miles rather than 102, and it's got service history, although only partial. As for the price, would you like to hazard a guess? It's not cheap. Look, £10,000. These are horrifying prices. If you said to me a few years ago that I'd be considering paying £10,000 for a 7-year-old Škoda with that mileage, I wouldn't have believed you. Anyway, let's look at the top of the market. There we go. Now this top of the market car is a very similar thing to our mid-market example, but this is newer and with lower mileage. There's the interior, by the way. So this particular car is a 2020. It's only done 28,000 miles and it's got full service history, main dealer I think. So really that should last for years, unless you're unlucky. As for the price, brace yourself. £13,000. Now, whereas buying something like this at the top of the market is the most expensive option now, it could work out to be better long-term value and therefore cheaper long-term than buying at the bottom or the middle of the market. And that's because, in my experience, the most cost-effective way to run a car is to buy something that's old enough to have depreciated significantly, but new enough and with low enough mileage to last for 10 to 15 years, and something like that should, in theory, fit that criteria. In other words, I found it more cost-effective long-term to buy one good car that lasts for 15 years rather than 3 lesser cars that last 5 years each. It's less hassle too. That said, I'm not at all convinced that I want to spend that kind of money on a car, and at this point I'm open-minded. So, where do you think the value for money is? The bottom of the market, the middle, or the top? As always, you're welcome to have your say in the comments section of this video. These weeds are a never-ending battle. Come here, you little licker. Got it. I've got dirty hands now. Anyway, as always, you're welcome to visit CarSpyTV.com, where you can see the merchandise, the photo gallery and the frequently asked questions. And if you could subscribe to CarSpyTV and click like on this video, that would be great. And while you do those things, I'm going indoors to study this lot. Bye.